Good morning, everyone. Marty Harger here. Just wanted to speak with you today a little bit about adding extra protection right now to your yoga practice. As you may or may not be able to see from this video outside my window, we have a lot of snow where I live. I'm in warmer clothing because today it's only 15 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly here. And one of the things that happens when we get cold or we're in an environment that stresses our body overall, of course, is that it depletes our ability to have a strong immune system. So I know we've all been talking a lot about this, but as someone who travels quite a bit and who follows some of the big news, I know that, and you know, that right now there's a lot of bugs and viruses being passed from person to person. And it's really easy for that to happen. So part of the talk I want to give you today is a little bit of tips and ideas of how you can protect yourself when you're practicing yoga in a public setting, how to tap into the power of using oils aromatically, topically, and internally. Now, this may seem like fundamentals to many of you, but I promise you, sometimes we forget. Now, I've been using essential oils for almost 30 years. I have been using the doTERRA essential oils for 12 years. And there are days where I forget that I am going out somewhere where I need to protect myself. Another thing to mention is, of course, that whoever you may be sharing your home with could certainly be out and about and bringing that in as well. So can we avoid these things? Can we avoid viruses and bacteria and pathogens in the air? Not necessarily, but we can protect our own immune health. And here are some really simple ways to do that. First of all, when you are in a yoga practice, I want you to think about how you can incorporate the OnGuard Blend. Now, this month with doTERRA, there's lots of deals on getting free OnGuard products, which I hope you'll take advantage of with the orders that you do. But I want to talk about some of the uses in an actual yoga class, so that whether you're a teacher or you're a student who maybe like me walked into a class, laid down my mat, and the lovely person next to me just started coughing and coughing and coughing. And she's like, oh, I've had this for 3 weeks. Well, I'm not 100% sure if she really has, or she's just saying that so she can come to yoga. And by the way, if you're sick, please stay home. Like, turn on a video and do yoga at home if you're not well. But in a public setting, sometimes we just find ourselves next to somebody who suddenly reveals that they feel funny, or their family is all sick and they're so glad they're not. We all, no matter how healthy we are, we all might be susceptible to that. And I can certainly speak to that myself. I've had a couple rounds of this over the last 5 or 6 months. But the habits that we do in our yoga, practicing yoga each day and working with all the dimensions of yoga as we grow our practice, are just as important in how we care for our health overall. So when we talk about the OnGuard Blend, here are some ideas for using them 3 different ways that will help protect you in a classroom setting, or whether you're the teacher or you're the student. So first of all, if you're the teacher, I would just encourage you to get a diffuser and diffuse the OnGuard Blend in your classroom. If that's not comfortable for you, put it in the waiting room. Put it in a place where when everybody's coming in and with their pen, they're touching the pens and they're touching the check-in little devices, and they're touching the door handle and grabbing yoga mats, that they're being protected in the environment with the oils that are in the OnGuard Blend. So those are, just to repeat for you, if you're not familiar with this particular blend that doTERRA Essential Oils has, it comes with wild orange, which is one of the most powerful antioxidant essential oils, is citrus oil. So citruses are always going to be a powerful tool for that. It has clove oil, incredibly powerful antioxidant, important for you to really think about how you can incorporate clove. It has cinnamon essential oil, known to be very effective for addressing bacteria that may be in the environment. Rosemary essential oil, also a great choice for anything that is, any pathogens in the area. And of course, eucalyptus essential oil, which is a beautiful choice for respiratory support and also for as a cleanser. It's a great choice to make for cleaning an environment. So we have these 5 oils together into the OnGuard Blend. They all have a very strong purpose. And when we have the OnGuard Blend diffusing aromatically in the space where we're practicing yoga, in the space where we're greeting people for yoga, this is a wonderful tool. Again, I've been using these oils for 12 years, and it's easy for me to forget that this is one of the most powerful choices that you can use this time of year when everybody's inside, everybody's touching, and quite frankly, everyone, unless they're a hermit, are exposed to what's going on and flying around the world. I happen to live near a ski resort, so in that area, we have guests coming in from literally all over the world. So when they come in on an airplane, they may have picked up something they weren't aware of. I could be in the lunch line and the person turns to talk to me and they're breathing their delightful new virus on me. So not to freak you out, but I just want to say, be smart and protect yourself. So here's a couple of things. So I talked about aromatic. I also want to talk about now a couple of other things aromatically that you can do. Certainly in a yoga class, you could pass around the OnGuard Blend, but because it has cinnamon and clove in it, it may be more powerful and stronger for people than they are accustomed to. They may or may not be interested, but I'll tell you what's a great idea. Take this now to the second way we use the oils, which is topically. And we can use the OnGuard hand sanitizer, give everyone in class a couple of drops, have them cup it around their nose, and they might be amazed at how clean and fresh this is with the OnGuard Blend in it. Why do we use this? Because when our hands are touching things that other people are touching, yoga blocks, straps, other tools in the yoga studio, even the door handle, go to the restroom, maybe the outside of the door handle needs some help. So this OnGuard hand sanitizer is a super thing to offer people as they come into a yoga class or to tuck into your yoga bag and spray yourself. So that is an idea on topical use, but I want to add one more. This time of year, it's a great time of year to come up with a spray matte cleaner using the OnGuard Cleaner Concentrate. And this smells good. It's a wonderful way to help protect everyone in the studio in cleaning. So what I did in my wellness center is I would take like a rag or a washcloth and spray it down with a good concentration of the OnGuard Cleaner Concentrate, and I would clean off and wipe off all the door handles every single day. This was just our daily ritual. We'd do this on the computer system. We would do it on anything that people touched when they came into the facility. So part of being on guard and protecting yourself is being vigilant about the practices of caring for your body in a public space. So when we look at how do we clean off the yoga mat, that's a great choice. So topically, we can use the essential oils to take care of ourselves in using the hand sanitizer and cleaning off the yoga mat and all the surfaces that people may be touching. And then, of course, in the bathroom, use the OnGuard foaming hand wash. This is a great choice. It does not pull the mantle of the skin off. It is a great combination for washing your hands and, again, getting that protection in and around us. So I want to talk a little bit, I'm going to talk about some substitutions in a minute, and I'm also going to talk about why OnGuard is great for us physically and emotionally. So now I've talked about aromatically, I've talked about using the OnGuard Blend topically, and now I want to talk about using it internally. So let's say you are the yoga teacher and you don't happen to have this OnGuard Blend handy to share or to put in the diffuser or put a couple drops under the tongue. What I like to do is carry around the beadlets. These little beadlets come in a little container, and you probably know this, but a little beadlet, I don't think you can see that. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. Beadlet is little, right? It's clear. It's a clear little gelatin, and this is 1/2 of a drop of essential oil. So you want a couple of these, and it's like taking a drop of OnGuard in your tongue. You can swallow them, bite them. Some people really just like the flavor, but that is a great thing to pass around as well to people. Hey, would you all like to have an OnGuard beadlet? Another favorite tool of mine that I use personally, it might be a little pricey if you're a yoga teacher to share this, but I like to use these OnGuard throat lozenges. And these come in a little package of, I think it's 30 or something like that. And they're a great choice to just pop in your mouth if your mouth is dry and you're speaking in your yoga teaching effort. If you're somebody who is just feeling like you want a little moisture in your throat, that's another choice. But the OnGuard throat lozenges is a way to take those oils internally. And the reason that we do that, like the OnGuard soft gel, my favorite tool when I travel, is because when we take in something internally, it goes into our digestive tract and it starts to get into our intestinal tract, where we have about 60 to 70% of our immune system is located. So these oils go directly in to help support our ability to protect ourselves. Now the OnGuard soft gels, if you haven't seen them, are like a little jelly bean. They're about this big. They have 4 or 5 drops of the OnGuard Blend in it, but they also have oregano, melissa, and this is an excellent choice to take as a preventive measure. So let's say you're a yoga teacher and lately you've noticed that a lot of people are coughing and, kind of all over, breathing in pranayama. They're spreading their lovely health in the room. You're in an enclosed room. I would tell you something. The things I'm doing now is I take one of these every morning as a preventive measure, and I'm also taking one in the evening with my evening Lifelong Vitality Pack supplements. So why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to protect my immune system. I want to get ahead of the curve instead of waiting till it hits me. So all of these tools, when we use something internally like this, is a great choice to help support a healthy immune response. Now the OnGuard Plus capsules, this is an excellent choice. You get 60 of them. That's really 2 a day for 30 days. I'm telling you, in February and March, in the USA anyway, great idea to just get that habit. So this is how I use OnGuard in our home to protect me as I go out into the world as a yoga practitioner. I always make sure we're diffusing the OnGuard in our house. I am making sure that I have one of these OnGuard spray things in my purse. I clean the surfaces of our home with the OnGuard spray. All of our sinks have this OnGuard foaming hand wash to wash our hands. I already mentioned morning and night I'm taking this, but I carry these little guys and my beadlets around in case I need a little extra. And I'm always making sure that aromatically, topically, like on the bottom of my feet every morning, I put a few drops of OnGuard Blend. That's a great habit to do. It's going to pull through your body. So I really do consciously try to incorporate this particular blend at this particular time of year. If you are someone who is sharing the essential oils, like I do with people in yoga workshops and classes, talk to them about the OnGuard Blend. Talk to them about why this is a valuable tool. And let's say you wanted to use the OnGuard Blend, but you're like, oh no, I ran out. Okay, so let's just really quickly dissect what's in it, okay? So back to wild orange. Wild orange is, of all of the essential oils, a great antioxidant. Maybe you don't have wild orange. Try lemon, try tangerine, try grapefruit. So have a citrus oil that is bright, cheerful, and gives that antioxidant protection. Cinnamon, let's say you don't have cinnamon handy. What could you use instead of cinnamon? You could use cassia. You could use oregano diluted. You could use any of the herb oils or spice oils. So you could take, for instance, clove, and you could think about what else comes in a spice form: black pepper, pink pepper, any of the oils that you think of as spices for cooking, like in a curry. This would be a great substitute if you don't have clove. Now let's say you're moving on to the herbal aspect. You're looking at things like the rosemary oil. What else could you use besides rosemary? Basil, marjoram, thyme, powerhouse. Thyme is a powerhouse. Or now you're on to the eucalyptus. Let's say you're teaching something and you've got eucalyptus and you don't have that available. Eucalyptus is a respiratory support. If you got your, you might have gotten the Ravensara this month. You may have cardamom. You may have a lot of different oils that would be great for respiratory support, even the Breathe Blend. So these are choices. If we look at taking a blend that doTERRA has created for us and we break it into the parts, we could share those parts in an essential yoga program workshop, deconstruct the blend, teach people about that blend, teach them why it matters. So morning and evening, you as a yogi, I would encourage you to incorporate all of the doTERRA options with OnGuard into your well-being. Recognizing that OnGuard is the oil of protection and that this is an oil that's really helpful to strengthen your inner self and resolve to stand up for yourself and to live in integrity. And isn't that what 2020 vision is really all about? 2020 is a great time to understand that it's important for each of us to have healthy boundaries, both physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and to recognize we're capable of standing in our power. This is a very powerful protective blend, and I encourage you to incorporate it into your life, bring it into your classes, your studio, your workshop, and especially this month and next, before people are getting back outside in the spring season. If you live in a place where people are indoors this time of year, you can't make a better choice for your yoga students, for your classmates. The person on the mat next to you maybe can use a little help and support, and certainly for your own health and well-being and that of your family. So I hope this was helpful today to just think about how we incorporate this when we're out in a public place, and how you as a teacher or student can really make sure you protect yourself, stand in integrity, and really make sure that you are setting healthy boundaries for this year. Thanks everyone for joining me today. Namaste.